Hey guys, I'm Tom, W5KB. Sorry it's backwards, but I've got the camera in that mode right now. I'm trying to hold it myself, and this is not going to work out just great, but I've got some, I think, important information to give you. It's about putting the Retevis RA87 into the repeater mode. Man, have I had trouble with that. Guys, I'm a member of the IEEE, a senior member of the IEEE. I hold a first-class FCC license, which has been, converted over to several years back. They changed it to general radio telephone license. I'm a ham radio operator. I'm a ham radio operator. Have an extra class license. But I want to talk a little about this. I have some friends that wanted to get on GMRS, and there's no repeater in town, so I was going to try to help them. So I have thrown together a quick repeater for them. Going to get on the air. As you can see there, I don't have. I used to have all sorts of equipment and parts and cabinets. I don't anymore. So I built me a wooden frame here. You can see the wooden frame there, 2x4s on the bottom. A wooden panel across here, and I cut it out for the two Retevis radios. So this is what I threw together. There's the duplexer down at the bottom. That's a UHF Motorola duplexer. I've got it tuned. It mounted the two radios in the top here. See if I can give you a picture of it. I got a fan blowing on the transmitter right now. Give you kind of a side shot here. You can see the filters there, and coming up you can see the fan, and you can see the radios right there. And then over on the other side I just mounted a little 20 amp power supply. 20 amp power supply there. So this is the repeater I wanted to try to build. I have built and operated a number of repeaters over the years, mostly UHF and VHF ham radio repeaters, and I've had great luck with them. They worked really great. Of course, I've had them up on towers 200 feet in the air, so they had great coverage. I don't think I'm going to be able to get more than about 60 feet in the air here at my home with this GMRS repeater, but I'm trying to do this to help the guys out here locally. I've never been on GMRS. I'm learning a lot about GMRS. I've been a ham radio operator for 60 years. So let me show you real quick here what I found. All right, let's take a look at the RA87 manual right here. Now there is a small short article in here about the repeater menu settings right here. This wasn't a whole lot of help. I did that, it didn't work, and I started thinking there's more to this. If you look above up here, there's a little paragraph here about reverse frequency function. You got to have this working for the repeater to work. They should have put this paragraph down under setup for repeater. So let's see, what can I tell you? Oh, one other thing I found out. Well, first of all, it took me 2 full days working with the menu, 2 days working with the menu to try to figure out what the heck was going on. The Chinese manuals are terrible. I went to YouTube, and on YouTube, there was 1 or 2 videos about putting the RA87s into repeater mode. They kind of got me there, but I had so many bugs and it didn't work right. A few things were still not working right. Here's what I found. One thing I found was, okay, you got to watch your radios. This is the RA87. Okay, so the Retevis radio, you can see I got them set for repeater channel 21. Repeater channel 21. I was having trouble keying it up. Now, I was using a little Radio Oddity, Radio. But guess what? Repeater 29 is the same as repeater 21 on the Retevis. And it's just everybody has a different standard of, they have a different standard of working this. Now here are the GMRS frequencies. If you notice the channels like 15, 16, 17 repeaters are the same as the channel 15, 16, 17 up here. One is simplex, and of course the other is duplex. But the way that Radiodity names it, it goes 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's a difference in radio manufacturers how they classify channels. So you wanna check that and make sure that just check your frequency. Go by your frequency. Here's what you need to do to be sure that you're on the right channel. Okay, to the radio itself. Let's talk about how to set it up for repeater mode. You can see I have a receiver on the left, transmitter on the right. Let's look at this real quick. Let's look at this. See if I can get it focused. There we go. So I'm using channel 21. So I got both radios on channel 21 repeater channels. And then you notice this little R here. This is important. That R has to be there to work in repeater. That R has to be there. The R is not on the transmitter. It's not on there. The only other thing is you have to put both radios in repeater mode. I'm going to try to demo this, how to do it. It's going to be hard holding the camera, but I'm going to try to do it. So you go to menu, or you go to function, and then you hit megahertz, and then you can see up here the 11's flashing. You want to go to 11. You want to go to 11. Let me go back to 11. There we go. You press megahertz again. Once you hit megahertz, then you can turn this on or off. See, I can turn relay on or off right there. You want to turn relay on and hit megahertz again. Okay, let me get the camera and do that again so you can see it. You hit your function key, then you hit the megahertz key. Let's see, function, megahertz. You got to turn this to number 11. Right there, number 11. Hit your megahertz key again. Now you're flashing here for your relay on or off. Turn it to on. Hit megahertz, and that will store it. And I always hit function after that. All right, now you do the same thing over here. Do the same thing over here. Function, megahertz, 11 up here. Hit megahertz where it's not flashing. When you select 11 and it's flashing, you can't change it. But when it's flashing, if you hit megahertz again, the 11 will go solid. When it goes solid, then you can turn the knob here and you can select your option you want. Then hit megahertz again. All right, there's one other thing that really wasn't very clear, and that is this little R. Now you notice I don't have the R. I don't have the R over here, but that's okay. It seems that this radio controls most of this. To get the R, all you have to do is go function, hold the low key in. See, I turned it off just then. Now I'm going to go function. I'm going to hold it in. And you see the R came on. The R came on. So then just hit megahertz and that'll get you out of it. The only other thing is, and I'm not sure how this comes on, I think when you turn a relay on, this happens. But you have to have this little symbol right here. So I can get that to focus. Having trouble getting it focused for you. You gotta have a little symbol right there on both sides. The receive side and the transmit side right there. So, no R here. On the receiver, you got an R right here. You got your channels to match here on the right and the left side. You got your relay turned on, which is option 11 in the menu, and you got the R for reverse frequency. Now, one other thing you have to have when you put it on relay, you have to have this cable plugged in the back. So you have to have a cable plugged in the data jack. So I made me a cable here. I made me a little short 1-foot cable, and it goes from data jack here over to, let's see if I can do this, data jack here over to data jack here. Now, this is just a homemade cable, 3-pin connector, tip, ring, and sleeve, and I used some shielded cable with 2 conductor inside and made my own cable. I have found out that is just a standard cable, an audio cable, basically, like this. If you've got an audio cable with this on both ends, it will work. I've tried different cables and it will work fine. So I hope you can. I hope this helps you out a little bit, and you have fun with it. There's not much information out there on these radios. Hey, if anybody does find the pinout for the, and oh, by the way, once you put this in repeater mode, the microphone does not work. The mic will not work on either radio. I would like to know the microphone pinouts right here. If anybody ever gets a schematic or anything with connections, I'd like to like for you to send me a copy of it, because I do want to do some more interfacing, like put a identifier on here where it identifies every few minutes and so forth. Hey guys, we have a great Facebook group. It's called W5KUB. Let me see, W5KUB, and it's about ham radio, shortwave. The GMRS repeater is a project that we're doing on the show. We do electronic stuff, anything electronics, shortwave, ham radio. So we've got over 14,000 people in that group. Come in here and ask questions, join us, have fun. Just go to Facebook to W5KUB, search for W5KUB, and we'll put you in there as a member. Also, hey, at the end of this video, you're going to see just a short introduction to our show. We have a weekly ham radio shortwave show, which is on our video channel. W5K is W5KUB.com. If you go to W5KUB.com, you will see our video show on Tuesday nights. We also have a channel on YouTube, YouTube/W5KUB. So please join that, and would love to have you in there. I hope all this helps you, man, and we will talk to you later.